everyone. Oh, we are so excited for these next sessions. Oh, I love it. Thank you. That's so kind. That's so kind. We're so excited for these next sessions. So thank you for all being here, and thank you for the positive energy at this time of the day. I have the pleasure of introducing the boy band from the product and tech leaders, which we lovingly refer to as the boy band at Mews. And I'm going to start by introducing our dear colleague, who we always refer to as Peppa, but now I need to do his Czech formal name, so you're going to bear with me. The Joseph part is easy. Starifojtu. Our Chief Product and Technology Officer is going to join us on stage, and he's going to introduce his colleagues. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. That was very kind. Hello, everyone. I'm hoping you're having a great day. It's a great pleasure to be with you all here after 1 year. Again, transforming hospitality with everyone in the room always gives me so much energy, so it was great to catch up with a lot of you. So thank you for joining us today at this very special place. And today is also very special. It's a special moment for us because we are about to unveil some of the most incredible innovations our team has been tirelessly working on over the past year. But before we dive into that, I want to take a step back and reflect on the bigger picture of hospitality and technology. You know, technology is becoming a bigger portion of our lives, and we all know that. There is more and more tech, but it continues to surprise us. You know, everyone talks about AI today, but we didn't talk about it, 2 years ago. So what we also see is that there is not just more tech, but it's also coming faster our way. And one way to look at the pace of transformation is to actually look at the time it takes for a technology to reach 1 million users. David already stole my thunder in the keynote speech, in the morning. But if we go back to 1997, Netflix needed 3.5 years to reach 1 million users mark. And if we fast forward to 2006, Twitter only needed 2 years to reach the same milestone. In 2010, Instagram needed only 5 months to reach the same mark. And ChatGPT, as you all saw in the morning, took just 5 days. 5 days. That's absolutely incredible. Take a step back and reflect on what this means for us and for the world. It means that not only there is more technology out there and more is coming, but it's coming faster our way. That means if there is something new, it will come faster to our daily lives. And we have to adapt to that as a society and also as an industry. And yet, 3% is a number, on average, of revenues reinvested into technology in hospitality. Just 3% on average. So in this incredibly fast-paced world that's ever-changing, we are paying attention only by 3%. But it's not the bigger problem. This is just a result of a bigger problem. And it's the way we look at technology, the way we evaluate technology, and the way we use technology today. Most people think of the biggest technological transformation as being, from on-premise to cloud. But that happened 10 years ago in the wine industry, yet we still speak about that in hospitality. We need to go beyond that, beyond transforming into cloud, and looking at the technology as a major business driver, as a solution to our biggest problems. And let me show you what I mean by that. There's supposed to be a picture here. There's not a picture here. Imagine an amazing picture on the slide. Oh, there is now. Perfect. So this is a remarkable picture, and this is an outcome of technology. Presumably a phone camera that you all have in your pockets now. Let's inspect this example, how the view of technology has shifted in the past years. So a few years back, when we looked at phone cameras, we would obsess about the technical specs, like what it is, how much megapixels does it have. But today, it completely shifted. We no longer speak about the number of megapixels on a phone camera. We look at the outcome. We look for better pictures. We ask, can it do a nice picture at night? Can it capture a fast-moving object? That's what we obsess about. Not what it is, but what it does. And that's a shift we have made in this particular example, but it's not something that I see in the wider industry. It's unfortunately not the way we look at technology always. Instead of asking for better outcomes, we ask for the same thing in cloud. And I encourage you all to ask for more, much more. I encourage you to ask more from technology, more than functionality. I say it's time we embrace technology as a major business driver. I encourage you to treat our technology partners as strategic allies to your business and not just vendors. At Mews, we are committed to this approach. We are committed to ultimately think about your business before we do anything else. And if we go back to the example of a phone camera, the outcome is clear. It's the photo. But what is it for hospitality tech? How do you know it's successful? How do you know what's the true outcome of the technology, like what it does, not what it is? Well, at Mews, we believe it's the following 5 areas: guest experience, guest lifetime value, revenue per square meter, revenue per employee, and time on tasks. We believe that every serious hospitality business should look at these areas regularly and adapt on those. And the same applies to technology vendors. Let me guide you through these areas one by one and show how technology can help accelerate your efforts in these areas. Let's start with the most fundamental one, guest experience. That's all our industry is about, isn't it? Everything we do, at the end of the day, if it doesn't improve the guest experience, it doesn't matter. You can measure guest experience in multiple ways. You could look at reviews, you could do surveys. It doesn't matter how you do it. It really doesn't. What matters is there is a way. You have some way to look at trends, to learn, and adapt. And then technology can help you in 2 ways, really. Directly, by putting guest technology right into your guest hands, like at Mews, where 1 in 4 check-ins happen through our product, or indirectly, by technology giving time back to the staff that they can reinvest into spending more time with your guests. We are proud to report that an independent study showed that after implementing Mews, hoteliers were able to spend 35% more time with their guests. When delivering that guest experience, you also have to make sure that you operate a sustainable business. And that's where guest lifetime value comes in. Think about this as the other side of the coin of guest experience. Is your guest experience so good that the guests are able to spend for it more and also return back? That's an ultimate confirmation that your guest experience is not only remarkable, but also makes a sustainable business. Technology can also help you here on multiple fronts. You can run loyalty programs and marketing campaigns to attract your guests back, but also increase the spend of a guest within a single stay. Like with Mews, where we see that if given an opportunity, 1 in 10 guests enhances their stay even before checking in, increasing the value of their stay even before arriving into the property. One particular way to enhance that experience is to offer an experience that goes outside of the room. And that's something that we have touched upon this day already as well. And that's where revenue per square meter comes in. That's the ultimate measure of how well are you able to utilize your whole property and not just your rooms. An experience that goes outside of just the 8 hours of sleeping and captures the full day of your guests. It can be anything, really. We have parking lots, we have meeting rooms, we even have hotels that have snowmobiles managed on Mews. And we are very proud of our offering in this area with a product that's called Mews Spaces that helps you do exactly that. And that makes Mews Property Management System the only ever property management system to actually manage your property. Everything else is just a room management system, really. And those hoteliers that embrace this product see an increase on average of 6% of their total revenues. The last section of the scorecard focuses on the most valuable resource of your business, your employees. Without a happy and productive staff, nothing that we talked about before will not happen. It's like in the airplanes when they tell you, first put the mask on yourself and only then put the mask on someone else. If your employees are having a bad experience, they will not have the time and headspace to provide these remarkable guest experiences, and your business will not operate efficiently. And again, an independent study showed that after implementing Mews, the front of house of hoteliers were 24% more productive than before. There is one particular way to look at productivity, and that's time on task. A lot of our day is spent on doing the same things over and over. Check out, check in, printing a bill, taking a payment. It's all we do a lot of times, and we at Mews obsess about how long does it take. Because every minute that we save on a task is a minute that you can reinvest into your business or your guests. We ask always, how long does it take? What took a minute yesterday needs to take 30 seconds today, and only 15 seconds tomorrow. I'm proud to report that most frequent tasks on Mews take seconds and not minutes. And all improvements together over the past year made a 46% improvement in time spent on the most frequent tasks. That's almost half the time given back to you to spend, again, time with the guests or more on the strategic matters of the business. So this is it, really. These 5 areas: guest experience, guest lifetime value, revenue per square meter, revenue per employee, and time on tasks, are areas that in some shape or form we believe every serious hospitality business should inspect and adapt on. And on top of that, we believe that every single hospitality tech partner should do the same, should share the obligation with you, and should help you on your journey as a hospitality business. And with that, I'm so excited that we are able to share some of the most incredible innovations that will help you accelerate in some of these areas. So let me invite on stage our Group Product Manager for Guest Experience, Adam Britton, to tell you more. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Adam. I lead our guest experience product team, and I want to share 3 new exciting updates coming to our Mews Guest Journey product. Having worked in hotels for a very long time, I'm extremely passionate around our guest journey, and these products enable your team to spend less time doing admin in a system and more time focusing on the experience that your guests have. More than 7 million guests have used the Mews Guest Journey in the past 12 months. That's 7 million unique experiences. Some of these guests have been craving high-touch hospitality, and some of these guests have just wanted to be left alone after a long day in the office. Late last year, we launched our next generation of our Mews Kiosk product to do exactly that. We've seen hotels all around the world deploy the Mews Kiosk product, such as Lilo in New Zealand, Strawberry in the Nordics, Zedwell in London, and all they had to do to get started with this product was go to the store, get an iPad, scan a QR code, and start checking guests in. Lilo Auckland's award-winning lobby was designed with self-service in mind, and they made Mews Kiosk the centerpiece of their operation. Some properties choose to offer a high-touch experience using the Mews Kiosk. They use it in staff mode. They sit down with their guest and turn check-in from a process into a collaborative conversation. And my favorite thing about the staff mode is you can give it to any member of your staff if reception's busy and they can start checking guests in. So it's an easy way to get your team out of the office and engaging with your guests. We're focusing on ways that we can increase revenue for your business. So last year, we added product upsells and a paid early check-in flow to our kiosk. So not only is this driving revenue for your business, but it's getting guests into their room earlier. And for someone that travels a lot to Europe from Australia, this is my favorite feature. Coming soon to our kiosk product is our room upgrades feature. So guests are able to upgrade to a higher room category during their check-in flow. And with all this extra revenue that we're driving, of course, you're going to need to capture that payment. It's easy for guests to use a Mews terminal with the kiosk. And for hotels who haven't adopted this yet, the guests can easily pay by scanning a QR code and completing it on their own device. A lot of business travelers have been telling us that they need to provide their company details so it appears on the invoice during check-in. So now, in the latest version of the Mews kiosk, they were able to do this. So that's an update on our Mews kiosk product. And now I want to share something new, which is our next generation and next major release for the Mews Guest Journey product. So as you saw in the video, we've been putting the guest experience at the heart of your hotel. We've redesigned the Mews Guest Journey, Mews Guest Portal to showcase your brand. I'm going to show you some of the features that I love. Guests now have a complete view of their stay, showing their room, their co-working space, their parking, or their bike if they're here in Holland. So guests are able to add products, reserve extra spaces during their stay. You've also told us, through our feedback portal, how important it is that you know who your guests are. We'll be working on adding more verification features into this product, starting with a guest selfie and an ID capture feature. And it's always been our vision that guests can head straight to their room, but the locks have always been in the way. And that's why today we're releasing our Mews digital key. Once you've completed your online check-in, with a few taps, the key is now on your phone. The key becomes activated as soon as you're ready to let the guest in. All of you run unique operations, so you're in control when the key becomes activated. With our automation, you can decide whether the balance needs to be paid, a pre-authorization, you can exclude guests from a certain room category, and much, much more. And of course, hotels that want that complete control, you can turn this to manual mode and check every guest in. So thank you all. I've been speaking to a lot of you in our product demo area upstairs, and I'll be there after the break. So I'm now going to hand over to Connor, who's been showing you the amazing work we've been doing for your staff in Mews operations. Thank you.
So Adam spoke to you about some of the incredible innovations that we're bringing to your guests. But what about your staff? I want to take a few minutes to talk about some of the most impactful things that Mews is doing to help make your staff even more efficient. But first, take a quick second to think. What is the single most used feature inside of your PMS? The answer is search. So many of our workflows begin there. We're searching for a guest or a reservation or maybe a bill, for example. Now imagine this scenario. In fact, I think most of us have been there. There's a guest in front of us. They would love to upgrade their experience. But in order to help them, you actually have to stop engaging with them and get searching. And there you're going to scroll the results, you're going to select the one you want, you're going to navigate somewhere, and eventually you're going to perform some action. Every day, there are hundreds of thousands of searches happening inside Mews. That's hundreds of thousands of situations where we are prioritizing the system over the guest. So with so much opportunity in search, it seems like a great place to start talking about some of our improvements. Over the last few weeks, I'm sure many of you have noticed a slew of new capabilities starting to appear inside the normal search in Mews. For example, we have much better support for accents. The search is more forgiving of typos. You can search by companions. You can even search availability blocks. As a user, I can see all my recent searches. I can even favorite the searches that I want. We have smarter filters that get you to the results even quicker, and the results themselves have richer, more contextual information, so you get what you want at a glance. So you start to see these improvements, but how does it feel? Because despite being so much more powerful, it somehow feels snappier. And it should, because the new search is over twice as fast as the previous search, which means we're getting you to action quicker than ever before. And speaking of action, think back to that guest standing in front of you who wants to upgrade their experience. Because that's what it's all about, right? We're searching because we want to perform an action for a guest. Again, previously that meant selecting the result, navigating somewhere, eventually taking the action. So if we're able to get you the results twice as quick as before, what else can we do? What if Mews was smart enough to know what you're actually going to do next anyway? And with predicted actions, it is. Using custom AI, Mews is now capable of understanding the context of what you're doing, and it's able to predict what you're going to do next. We've also made it possible to perform actions right inside the search. So for example, Mews can predict you're trying to check in a guest, or Mews can predict you want to mark a room as clean or dirty. Step forward a little bit, and in the future, Mews is going to be able to know that that guest in front of you is a VIP and is going to offer you that upgrade with one click right inside the search. So the Mews search is more accurate, it's twice as fast, it's more feature-rich, and it's more powerful than ever before. But we didn't stop there. Shortcuts and instructions and buttons and clicks. We've trained ourselves over the years to speak a computer-like language so that we can run the software that we need. In a way, we've had to alter ourselves to work with systems. And at the same time, hospitality at its core is a deeply human industry where the best experiences are created through personal interactions. So how do we think about bridging that gap? Well, what if Mews could understand and react to natural language? With the rise of generative and conversational AI, we have a unique opportunity to change how we work. So rather than just searching for things, what if we could interact with the system? What if we could say, who are my in-house guests? What VIPs are arriving next week? What if I want to know, show me all my open bills? Or which rooms are currently out of service? When you start to change the paradigm, that whole notion of search starts to feel archaic. Why couldn't Mews become a powerful, context-rich, hospitality-specific, intelligent assistant? Well, today, we're proud to announce that it will. The next generation of Mews, it's able to understand natural language. It's able to perform searches with complex filters, and it's able to perform actions for you. Not only that, it's also capable of answering questions about Mews itself. So it's a full-fledged assistant. It's able to search knowledge base articles, give you steps to perform common tasks. It's even able to surface insights from the Mews community. And if you want to dig deeper, you can do that too. You can ask it follow-up questions through a new side panel that lets you chat directly with the system. So no more searching through articles to find answers, reading documentation here, reading documentation there, because Mews is going to provide it right there inside the app in a simple chat-like interface. We are incredibly proud of these leaps forward. And our relentless pursuit of user disengagement, our pioneering use of AI, is for one reason. It's so that your staff are more empowered to provide remarkable experiences for your guests. And on that note, there's one more thing that I want to talk about. Each one of your guests is a walking treasure trove of information. Their preferences, their trips, why they're traveling, what sort of pillows they like. Do they like peanuts or do they like pretzels at the bar? There's so much information. But the problem is that information is spread across lots of different places. And even inside a Mews, that information could have been created in notes, it could be in statuses, it could be created by different people in different formats at different times. So if you want to use that information, it's next to impossible. Next to impossible until now. With our new smart tips, Mews will automatically gather and process everything that you should know about your guests. And it will provide these beautiful, simple, human-readable summaries that give you and your team exactly the insight you need at the exact right moment to be able to provide exceptional service for your guests. Smart tips are capable of processing thousands of data points and applying real-time context. That's how they're able to provide instant recommendations and insights. And just like you saw earlier, summaries now also include next best actions, predicting the most likely action that your staff will want to take for a specific guest at a specific time. And this isn't all just some pie-in-the-sky dream. This is something that's becoming real now. Because as of today, we're starting to gradually roll these capabilities out to every single Mews operations user. And once activated, this functionality will dramatically boost efficiency and productivity. It will save countless hours. And those countless hours can be used to provide remarkable experiences for your guests. And this is all just the beginning. So before I pass you over to Juan, he's going to talk about the future. I want you to take just a moment to think about this. Imagine a world where you don't even need to look at the screen, where you don't even need to type your questions. Imagine a world where you can just talk to Mews wherever you are. Like, hey, Mews. Mews doesn't want to talk to me, so I'll show you what it would look like. Hey, Mews. Hi, Connor. How can I help you? I'm almost, but not quite finished my section at Unfold. That's great, Connor. I can see that you're a VIP guest, and I can see that you're staying at Hotel Jakarta. I'll upgrade you to a Riverview suite. Would you like me to order you an Uber? Yeah, please. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope that this time is working the animation. Fine, no, of course, it's going to happen to me with that type of message there. So lucky. So I'm going to start talking, and later perhaps we can solve this type of problem. So Connor, Adam, and Peppa guided us through what it was just some ideas 12 months ago, but now it's becoming a reality. I can assure you, by the next Unfold event, by the way, I love the bold statements, okay? What today are some just idea or part of a vision, it will become a reality again. So, fine, amazing, yes. So, or not, okay, it was very clear that it was for me. So, today I'm not just going to speak about what is next. Also, I wanted to speak about how and why. Let me share a story unrelated with tech and product, but it will help me to articulate like a how and why through the entire talk. So, Ernesto Siroli, an expert in local economy development, gave a TEDx talk in 2012, sharing his experience when he was 21, working for an Italian NGO in Africa, teaching a village in southern Zambia how to farm tomatoes and zucchini. I told you, it's not really related with product and tech. At the beginning, Ernesto and his team were very surprised because in such a fertile valley near the Zambezi River, the local didn't practice agriculture, nothing, zero. So instead of questioning why, they thought, thanks God, we are here to teach them how to do it. Very colonialist approach, right? So the first harvest was amazing. Tomatoes bigger than in Italy. So Ernesto was very proud, and he was sharing with the Zambians, look, do you see how easy farming is? The Zambians, not a word. So one night, when the tomatoes were really big, nice and red, 200 hippos, 200, came out the river and ate everything, absolutely everything. Well, no Ernesto, his team, and the Zambian, only the veggies, okay? So the next morning, Ernesto was, oh my God, the hippos. And the Zambian said, yes, we know. That is why we are not farming here. Ernesto was, wait, what? Why you didn't tell us? And the Zambians replied, well, because you didn't ask. That's the end of the story. What is the conclusion of this story? Well, one of our most important principles is always keeping you, our user, your customer. Sorry. Fine, Ernesto. It's always keeping you, your customer, your guest, as the focal point of everything that we do. All our decisions, strategy, mission, vision, roadmap, and reason for existing revolve around you. So at Mews, we usually describe our platform as an ecosystem. An ecosystem typically refers to a group or community of living organisms interacting sometimes through some challenging environment, where those living organisms must adapt to that ecosystem. Well, we really believe that the ecosystem should adapt to you, because you and your business are the most important pieces of the ecosystem. No, we are not going to make the same mistake that Ernesto did with the Zambians. Our ecosystem is human-centered, is data-led, and is future-oriented, with three very clear goals: full automation, zero screen, and actionable insight. At Mews, we believe that data is crucial for running your business. So today, I'm very happy to share what it will be the new addition to our ecosystem, Mews Insight. Exactly, Mews Insight. Perfect. Mews Insight, your 24/7 AI-powered business analytics solution. We understand your business by analyzing holistically through the entire ecosystem all the information, data, and metrics, and those of similar businesses. This understanding and the drawing conclusions will provide insight into your competitive position in terms of rate, guest experience, and operational efficiency by suggesting actionable insights to drive change through decision-making. These actionable insights will unlock the next level of success, where AI will help you to break the endless cycle of having all the data without knowing what insight that data should trigger for your business. We describe the actionable insight as the missing link between data and business value. Also, we will deliver role-based dashboard with actions and insights related to revenue, finance, guest experience, and staff. I think that this is one of the biggest shifts in Mews, because we recognize that one size does not fit all. What do you mean? Well, that front desk staff, housekeeping, revenue manager, general manager, they have different roles, responsibilities, and needs. So the system should provide them the information that they need whenever they need it. Zero screen. We work for a future without a screen. We work for a future without a screen. I'm not saying twice because I'm not very confident about it. To be honest, is one of the most important goals for Mews, and also because I really love the show and drama, and that pause of 2 seconds, it helped me to breathe. So, in your business, you shouldn't need a screen. Hospitality is about human-to-human interaction, and serving your guests is at the core of the hospitality. They are the ones who bring the revenue, the reason for your system, and you are the ones for ours. The unique time that you should interact, or you should use our solution, it should be to make a decision or take an action. This is the foundation of the user disengagement. And the user disengagement is the right approach to achieve the zero-screen goal. Mews will function like a silent conductor, orchestrating the behind-the-scene details of guest experience, driven by human-to-human interaction, all without a visible interface. Invisible technology. The technology will be there, unseen, but always present, ensuring that each and every guest and staff needs are met without any disruption. The main purpose of the invisible tech is to remove, delete, blur the line between physical and digital realms. I can imagine that some of my coworkers are saying, don't say a timeline, please don't say a timeline, okay? I won't do it, not yet. While the zero-screen approach might take some time to be fully implemented and gradually becoming a reality, there is no doubt that this is the journey into the near future. Ideas, passion to innovate, ambition. This is our golden recipe, and it was always the same. Richard and Matt had a strong, powerful idea. And sometime later, you can see here, it became a strong reality. Idea, reality, idea, reality. Today, I gave you like a small view about some of the things that we are working, some of the ideas, but there are many, 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 many more. I could talk for hours about materials, surfaces, customizable room based in guest preference, needs, or past behavior. These are not science fiction anymore. They will become a reality. In fact, it's just around the corner. But the future isn't about improving a functionality or a new process. It's how we interact with them. The real game changer is how Mews we will redefine the human interaction with technology. I really love this quote. This is one of my favorite quotes. I think that it really defines Mews, our mindset. But if you allow me, I would like to give you my own quote. And it's, by crafting the future, we are redefining the present. Second time, I love it. By crafting the future, we are redefining the present. This is not only our responsibility. This is not only on Mews. This is a co-shared responsibility with all of you. We are in this together. Normally, when I'm speaking in some conference related with innovation, vision, I really love some question, a specific question. And if they are not asking me that type of things, I'm telling them to ask me that question. Where is our inspiration coming from? Easy. It's from you. Each and every one of you. Your business, your needs, your dreams, your aspiration. Nothing will distract us from turning the best future for you into our reality. Our future awaits, and I will see you there. Thank you very much.